My name is Suzanne Parnell. I am the owner and Chief Chaos Coordinator at StoneWind Retreat and StoneWind Institute for Mind Body Medicine. I have a very deep and lasting commitment to combat vets. It comes from family history. My father, my brother, someone that I lost in Vietnam. It's a deep-seated commitment to warriors. The name of the nonprofit is Warriors Way Foundation. I knew that the guys needed a place where they could go and rest and feel safe before they decided what they wanted to do in order to get their lives back together, if that's where they were. So my first intention, and the reason that I chose yurts, was actually because of something that a vet said to me, think yurts. I said, what is a yurt? And he said, it's a big round building. He said, I did some of my training in one of them. And he said, the other thing, you have peripheral vision. So you can turn just a little ways and you can see the whole room. And that helps with hypervigilance. All that made sense. I said, okay. So I went and bought 8 yurts without ever having seen one. And they're delivered and you put them together. So we were building the decks for them. We were putting in the wiring, the underground electrical. At the time that I started building the property in 2005, I had no internet here. I didn't even have phone service. So in order to do websites and stuff, I was having to drive back and forth from Fayetteville down here to use my computer in Fayetteville to do website design and to work with Google on my marketing. I had sold my property in Fayetteville, so I was stuck here, basically in the dark when the internet was down because of storms or fog. Anyway, between 2007 and the day that Tim Drain called me in 2018, I went through a whole bunch of different forms of internet. All of them maybe a shade up from where they were, but 3 megabytes up was about as fast as we ever got on upload speed. And download speed, depending on which service I was using and what the weather was like, would range from 7 megabytes to maybe 12 down. Latency was a huge problem. I would try to be working on websites and I would be working online and have a lot of it done, and I would go to save it and it wouldn't save it online. And I would have to redo all of the work I had just done because it got lost. We built StoneWind Retreat as a business, but we had to have websites and we had to have access to reservations on the internet so that people could find us and book. And it was very difficult to help people find us when we couldn't get our website working well enough. Frustration with a capital F all the way through. 100 to 200 megabytes up and down, guaranteed stable. I didn't believe it when Tim Drain called and told me that they were offering that. I made him repeat it because you understand, if you're used to doing speed tests and coming up with 3 megabytes up and 8 to 10 down, and somebody tells you they're going to be able to guarantee 100 up and 100 down on one plan, I thought I didn't hear him right. $200 for the office and $200 for the cabins. And then I have $100 at my house. We also have phone service. We have 2 lines out here at the office, and I have 1 line at my house. And after they got installed, we went back to support, and they managed to connect one of the lines out here so it rings simultaneously with the line at my house. That way I can answer the phone 24/7. I mean, it's not all that much fun, but if my guests are on property, they need to be able to get in touch with me. obviously the speed, but the things that it did for us, and that I knew immediately that it was going to do for us, were just huge. So then we found after COVID-19 started that people were just crazy to get out of their houses. They were so tired of being locked into their houses. And they would call and say, can I have Zoom meetings and go to meetings from the cabins? Do you have internet for that? And I could smile and say, yes. So the end result in terms of business was that they made reservations for longer stays than they would have otherwise. They were coming here using this as their home for 4 or 5 days and working from home because we had the internet to let them do it. So pretty much here we are on the edge of the Ozark National Forest with high-speed internet spread over about 80 acres. We have 160 acres here. We haven't yet gotten to the other 80. We're living in a first. And the fact that it's here on the edge of the National Forest in the middle of rural America is just critically important. And it allows, in my point of view, it allows people all over Arkansas in particular to stay in touch with, keep up with not only family and friends, but education and opportunities. It puts them on a level playing field with people that live in major cities. And I am so glad that you guys did this. I was shocked when I found out you were going to do it when Tim called that day. I mean, that's why I said I didn't believe him at first. I thought I misheard and asked him to repeat it.